What's going on, Visionaries? I hope you all are having a great day, and if you're not, I hope this video makes your day a little bit better. But before we get to the title and thumbnail of this video, you guys know that last video, if you don't, I mean, most of you do. If you don't know, last video, I set up my huge expensive canister filter for the pool pond. So let's go head over there. We tried to fix the leak, so that's what we're going to see. Is the leak fixed? So this is the pond, guys. It's very stale. I cleaned this, like scrubbed it. That's why it's kind of all dirty. It hasn't had a chance to all filter out yet. I cleaned this all literally a few days ago. It's just a lot of dirt and stuff on the bottom. But here's the whole filter. Now let me plug the filter itself in. This is just the filter. And so I heard a little beep, which means right here, I can set it on for 24 hours, 12 hours, and 6 hours. And I can change it to either clean, which means it will come out this end. Well, yeah, clean will come out this end and just like backwash every old media that's in here. And then run, which it's on right now, makes it run through these two, comes in, goes out. Now the top of the filter, my dad told me this morning, came off. So it actually flew off because of the wind. We've got some crazy winds these past few days. If you want to kind of see what my filter runs of, here is a quick glimpse. I have a hose in here that has holes on the bottom, squirts down, and I have a bunch of filter pads. And you can see there's a little thing right there, and that is just a little waste basket that has a bunch of lava rock in it for biological media. That's the filter, of course. So let's quickly turn the pump itself on, which will run through that filter, and then the UV light, which should clear this green water up. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm not going to look and see if it is leaking. I just want to show you guys first off how it runs. So this is the 3,500 gallon filter. This is about a 1,500 to 2,000 gallon pond. So everything in this should be okay, because there is one more thing. This doesn't really pump water. It just turns on the light and everything. And so this pump goes into there, which goes to there, which means there's more places the water has to stop, which means the flow may be slightly lower than normal because the water's traveling through more places. So guys, let's get to the title and thumbnail of today's video, which I've been talking about doing for a while for my turtles, and I thought today might as well. They're growing. The whole rock filter takes up half the tank. So I'm taking that out and rescaping their entire tank. So of course, here is everything. That's where I feed them. That's where they are. Extra tank, extra pond stuff. So here are 2 canister filters. I'm going to be using this one. When Priscilla and Ryan gave us this tank, thank you again if you're watching, they had 2 filters, so they wouldn't really have to ever clean it. Their tank was like spotless. But that one's already like over 100 gallons or something like that, which is good enough for that. That's only a 30 gallon tank. So whenever we set that up, that'll go with that. But here's like a 30 gallon. It's a 30 or 60, something around there, to where it'd be perfect for this tank. They're hungry. I fed you last night, so I don't need to feed you now. Okay, there you guys go. That's a little bit warmer, so it'll keep them warm. Maddie has actually been biting me recently, like she's tried to. And I don't know, maybe because I've said Liv's my favorite. That's probably it. She watches the videos. Alright, so next step. So all the decor's out, I got some rocks out, the filter's out. Now we just have sort of a dirty tank, and the reason it's dirty is because some of the dirt, that was still on the rocks and stuff got stirred up. And I still got all the filter pads and biological media that I still plan on using when this tank is updated, and it's all right here. So next, I'm gonna clean down the tank, probably do a 50% water change, because this water's still kind of healthy, so I'm not sure how much I'm gonna take out, but it's doing pretty good so far. I'm gonna do a water change, let it clear out. So I did decide to actually clean out the entire tank, and just because I want to just redo it all, and I can add some top fin bacteria starter that I already have in my possession right now. So I'm going to use that, but we're going to set up this whole tank, put the rocks back in it. Let's just see how it goes. All right, all the rocks are in. Important thing is that, especially this, again, this is a 20 gallon tank, perfect for maybe some small fish in the future when the turtles are in here. They just needed an upgrade. Just make sure all your rocks and pebbles are big enough to where your turtles or whatever you put in here cannot eat it if they try to. So there we go. I'm gonna think of some more escapes I can do with this. Alright guys, so I'm going to be switching up the sort of build. Now, eventually my plan is to add some sort of maybe small tetras in here because it's not like a full kind of 20-gallon tank. It's only going to be feel like half, 3/4 high. I decided that to make it look a little better with the setup I kind of want it for, I'm actually going to go to the store or get some more like hides. I'm going to get some live plants, maybe another basking platform or some wood. And I want to get some sand, hopefully somewhere near to the color of the rocks that I already have. And I'm going to try to pour it onto the rocks that I have instead of just having a rock bottom. I'm going to use some sand, pour it on top of the rocks, and so the rocks are like kind of sticking up. So if I ever get a turtle that needs to dig, they can. And if they don't like to dig, then there's still going to be like some kind of protruding rocks. It's in my head, it kind of looks cool. And yes, I know the dangers of some using sand, swallowing it, but I feed them outside of their tank. And if I realize that they are trying to eat the sand, I will 100% remove it. But hopefully that doesn't happen. So let's head to the pet store. So first I want to look at some of the reptile hides. I don't think this is good for turtles, but I don't know. Some more reptile hide, one for like the main basking platform. I should have measured how high the water was just to check it. But I know it's probably, now this is kind of cool for the wood, although it looks just a little high. And then we're planning to get some sand and just a few other things I'll show you. All the anubis plants, turtles actually don't like the taste of it. So if you're getting turtles, an anubis or anubis plant is actually pretty good to get. Plus a Java fern. Now sometimes they have a plant that kind of resembles bamboo, but they don't have it here, but normally I would get that one. So we can grab at least these two, and maybe some of this CO2 booster. Sand, live plants. And yes, it's dirty. I'll be cleaning all this up so it looks good. Alright, so filter I think is done. Probably should have washed the sand off because now I'm gonna have to wait for this to all clear up. But intake right here, I'm gonna have to like tie wrap these, or this one has like an old suction cup so it doesn't really suction to the glass that well. But the outtake right here, I'm trying to put somewhere comfortably, somewhere sitting like right there so it just squirts there. But I just want to make sure this works and gets cleared up. Alright guys, today was just chaotic with the filter. I finally got it running. Oh my god, you guys have no idea what I just went through. So I had a whole thing with the filter because it wasn't working, so I literally flooded all this area. So I'm gonna have to cut these tubes to make sure it has a good fit to where it kind of, you know, would hook onto the rim like that. And this one has a better connection like that. Having this one even go a little further to the middle. But I'll fix this all up soon, but I might add a little bit more water, and then I'm just gonna be waiting for all this to filter out. So just for tonight, I'll probably have the baby turtles in some sort of little, I'll probably have the baby turtles in some sort of little enclosure with their old filter. I'm gonna do some work on this, and you're gonna see it tomorrow morning, so in a few seconds. But the filter's working, let me show you. Here's everything, the filter's here, intake right there, outtake is right there. Normally I would have my intake on one side, outtake on the other, but that looks like that's just not gonna work in this case, or at least for today, unless I get some extension tubing. But overall it looks good. And this is the kind of thing I was going for. Sand, and then, you know, rocks kind of poking up. This one, I'm gonna have the water a little bit higher than this, so that might just be perfect. And then tomorrow we're gonna make a cave right over here for the basking. I got this little cleaner, you know, for the glass, which is good because I need that. But I learned how to plant the anubis, this one specifically, but it could work for multiple of them, and the Java fern. So basically both of these plants will just wilt away if you bury them. So we gotta tie it to some sort of rock. Alright, the plants are now in. Java ferns like to be by sort of more aeration, so like right there, and then another anubis right there. And so how I did it, you can see kind of on this one, to have the roots still exposed, I just put the plant next to the rock, moved it up against it, and then I weaved a zip tie through it. So theoretically, that's all I should need to do for the plants. And I'm just gonna fill it up a little bit and then maybe find some rocks, soak them so all like bad stuff gets off them, soak them in hot water. We'll make a little cave there is good oxygen there, and there will be another aerator on that side also. So hopefully that heater works. That should be good for like a 40-gallon tank. If not, we'll see if that other 20, the normal green turtle one, I'll put a photo on the screen, that one I normally use. Hopefully that one works. But I'm gonna add a little more water. Now guys, I add this bacteria starter, my top bin. You add the amount it says every like day for like a week when you ever first get your turtle or fish in here, and it'll start the cycle. So I'll add this and maybe a few other things just to help it at the aquarium, but we're gonna move on. All right, so all the chemicals are added. Let me know, drop a comment down below. How do you think it's looking so far? I think it's looking pretty good. Guys, I boiled some rocks to put right around here to make a basking platform. I boiled them for about anywhere between 15 and 25 minutes. All right, here's my last rock. So I'm hoping that if I put them somewhere around here, it will work out perfectly. Okay, so we just finished the rocking. I'm gonna show you real quick. So here it is. Now, let me kind of show you what inspired it. So there is a cave right in there, as you can see, and I filled the cracks with some filler rock, and I was actually able, that rock has a little slit in it, so it basically leans up on this rock right here, and then I built a little staircase up to it. So this is pretty much the basking area, very little water, or they can come up here, but mainly over here. And you got the plants. I'm gonna switch out this filter, I think, the heater for the other one that I have, but just because of sand and rocks, that area kind of gets pushed the weight of sand. But let me comment down below. I want to see what you guys think of this so far. Now that's pretty much all the stuff I need, so I'm actually gonna go switch out the heater, and I'm going to put my turtles in here tonight, and you guys are gonna have to wait till morning, so 10 seconds to see it with the turtles and see how they like it. Everything should be fine, but I'll pray for the best. See ya. Okay, so I wasn't actually gonna let you not see me release the turtles into the tank. So now I do have to be very careful when I open this, but here's one. Let me close this carefully. All right, they're both still up there. All right, there's Liv. Maddie is gonna stay up there for now, and they're gonna explore this and then go to bed. See, Liv, still strong enough. She can get up on that rock, and then UVB light will be on during the day, but that's it. Okay guys, I do a lot of reactions like this, but I literally just woke up, so we're gonna go check on them. There's Maddie, there we go, and there's Liv. So it appears that they're doing fine. I did get an aerator for over here. I didn't want it to, have too much aeration, so I'm trying to make that go a little lower, because this area has a good amount, but it's perfectly clear. Now guys, I know this wood is fake. That was literally the only fake thing in here. Now I have to say that I'm really proud to actually make something like this, because I've never, the water temp is perfect, all right. I've never really attempted anything like this. I've always used fake stuff. Hopefully these plants, the turtles don't eat them. Anubias or Anubis plants apparently do not have a good taste to turtles, so hopefully that they're okay and they'll survive. The Java Fern, who knows? But I'm really proud of this build, because so you got your sand. That area doesn't have any sand because the filter just pushes it away. But there we go, we got our live plants appear to be doing well. But this was kind of the setup that I had. Sand and then like rocks kind of like protruding out of it. So this is basically what I envisioned. There we go. Here's sort of a top view right there, and you kind of have a cave right in there. And basking platform, hopefully they find out that's where they can bask. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. My name is David, I'm 17, and I own all these animals. And I have ponds, and we're doing a bunch of more cool stuff. So if you haven't already, join the Visionary fam and subscribe. The Bible verse of the day is popping up right here. I like to share my faith with you guys, and this is an easy way where I can do it. The positive comment shout out, I'll actually read it today. Let's see. So the positive comment shout out goes to Amen the Gamer. This guy needs support for the awesome vid. Share his vid. Thank you, Amen. If you guys would like to be featured in a future video, all you have to do is put down a positive comment below. So my name is David, this is Fishvisions. Find your vision and follow it. Be a visionary today and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Go ahead.